All right, I got to make some custom tooling. I don't have like a fancy belt grinder, so I set up my my multi-tool up high. Probably got to lower it a little bit, but making a platform so I can grind my blades on it. So about to do that right now. All right, well, forgot to record audio here, but this is me just explaining what I did with my surface so that I could grind the profile of my blade, and made it a lot easier just for this actually, but I'll explain later that really just didn't need this because a lot of the work that I did was just by hand on my multi-tool. So here's some shots of me grinding the profile. You can see it actually worked pretty nice on this particular one because I didn't need to worry about the sharpness or anything like that. But just dialing in the profile right here and get back to it. Here's the final product. Final product as in the profile complete. So gonna start working on the bevels here to get it all set up for oil quench hardening and sharpening and all that good stuff. All right, here's a view of what I made. You know, I'm realizing I probably don't need this lift. I stole a, you know, essentially a lift or a geared thing from one of my drill presses. Not sure if I like it. I want to get a little more support and a little bit more work surface up here, but it's a start. You know, I just bought a half of a square. Not sure I like it. I want to set my grinder back a little bit. I've got some weird angles on here, but you can kind of see what it looks like. It's pretty cool. I also created this just so I have a magnetic work holder, as you can see. Created a tube, bolted the magnet. It's a tool holder. It works really nice. My original tool that I bought, you have to bolt it to the actual tool. I don't like that setup, so I just modified it. You can see I've just got some screws. I tapped the back of a tube, and just so I can secure it down tight. So I just set my angle and we'll go to town. We'll start to put some bevels on this rasp turned into a dagger. I'm finding that doing this by hand is a hell of a lot easier. You can see I've already got like a pretty nice profile on it. Just started the rough grinding. Nice. Yeah, this is going to have a cool little pattern. You know, I'd like to keep a lot of this in the middle. Come to a point. That'll be nice. So it's funny, I've created all these tools. My platform, my other grinder here. And I'm finding it's just so much easier, probably just for the rough grinding. I'm sure I'll find some applications for it, but I know I need a better grinder too. But I can imagine getting a nice Ameribraid, you know, type of a tool would just be so much better. But for those who just have a little multi-tool and everything, it's totally doable. This is turning out pretty darn cool. I love these ridges here from the rasp. It's going to be pretty nice. Like it's going to be pretty mean looking. But you can see I've got some good features from the rasp. Like I said, looks pretty mean. A couple of different sides to it. I'll take some photos and post them too, so they're a little clearer. But turning out good. Let's do a little bit more grind and get this edge dialed in. All right, just built a quench tube, welded a cap on it, and gonna add my Parks 50 oil here. All right, got it nice and filled to the top. Just did my last normalizing step, so going to do the last heat and then quench it and see how it turns out. All right, just finished up the tang. I wanted to get it symmetrical. There was a bunch of different random type shapes, as you can see on the this side here, with the original rasp. Just one side was thicker, stood out a little bit more on the grittier side than the finer side. So I just wanted to put some symmetry in it. Going to probably just keep it simple this time. I have a tool that I made to wind coils. I'm going to do like just a steel coil. This whole thing is going to be steel. Thinking about doing a brass guard, but got the tang all set up, got it hardened. Now I'm just going to go to sharpening now. Here we go. I just wanted to get those center features cleaned up. I'm going to etch it, probably going to, wire brush it a little bit more, but I used some Scotch-Brite. It turned out really nice. Right before I'm going to go sharpen. So those are pretty neat. It's funny, part of me hates that I have mounted my grinding, my multi-tool, my grinder, and my drill press and everything on my bench, because it vibrates and it shakes everything off my bench, but it also holds me accountable for keeping my bench clean, my work surface at least. So it actually makes it nicer to go to work when I'm ready. So thank you and no thank you at the same time. But like I said, it's nicer to come back to work in the morning. Oh, that was cool. I used the 220 grit just to get rid of some of that scale, and it looks super good. Got some nice sharp edges. I used the 220 across the rasp, file sections as well, just to clean that up. I'm probably going to do that all over, or with every grit too. But it's looking super good. Got a nice sharp edge, almost enough to cut. But yeah, going to go down to 400 now. All right, got the 400 on now. Let's see how this goes. All right, got 600 grit on here now, just stepping it down. Going to go all the way to 800 and see how that turns out. Really liking it. It looks looking polished. My only concern is getting it nice and clean where the rasp filing sections are. But otherwise, it's cleaning up nicely right above those. Probably just do some little wire wheeling or something like that. I don't want to go too crazy because probably the etching will help clean that up. Just some scrubbing, some dishwasher, probably sponge type stuff will get all that out of there. But not too concerned about it. It'll be nice once it's etched. But yeah, gonna do some 600 now and see how it turns out. Gonna step all the way down to 800 and then I got to figure out what's happening after that. I know there's like some leather and stone type stuff, but this is pretty sharp already. I mean, if I put any pressure on my finger here, I'd probably cut it open, but don't want to do that. That's exactly where you want to be. I really love this done sharpening with all the grits now, and turned out super nice, like very mirror finish. I've just got to get the detail, like the stone sharpening. Got to get a couple of extra tools for that, but super happy with how this turned out. Gonna make the shield and a handle next. My only challenge is to, like I said before, get the scale out of in between the file areas of the rasp. Probably should have thought about that before I sharpened it, but I was too excited to get it sharpened. Like I said, hopefully the etching will take care of some of that. And I think just some general polishing, hand polishing with some rags and whatnot will be great. But yeah, super cool. Look at that, lot of light, reflecting off of that. Very shiny. Just a cool profile. Also, just I'm so excited about those edges there, those serrated edges that came, with the rasp originally. So that looks super mean. I'm like I said before, thinking about making a all steel version, but I do have this that I think I'm going to use for the shield. I got some brass. Probably going to try to forge that a little bit, make it look cool, twist it up, bang it up a little bit, make it look fancy. That'll be the only, distinctive different color on here. But I've got like I said, got a tool of for some spring winding that I made, a custom tool. Probably going to use that for the handle. I think that would look really nice. Going to give it a little bit of a all steel, ancient, medieval dagger look. So there you go. All right, got it all polished up. Got to get these grooves dialed in. There's a lot of slag. You can see like at the bottom, I started to clean off the inside there. It's going to be super tricky to get it like super smooth, but you can see there's from the hardening and everything, there's a bunch of gunk in there. Going to clean that out with some sandpaper. Do the same on the other side. Other side's a lot more fine. Got to figure out how to do that. Maybe a little file or something like that, but looking super good. Just gonna get some sandpaper. Probably, I think I got 400 grit all the way down to, 800 or something like that. Here we go. Okay, I've discovered I don't have a container big enough to hold this. I tried some vases. They had too narrow of a neck. I couldn't fit my dagger in there. I want to etch it, then polish it up afterwards. But I'm just going to try the like a gallon bag of a gallon plastic bag. I did one earlier. I just literally poked a hole through it. I cut my finger too. Because this thing's sharp, but just gonna wrap it in some towels and put some ferric chloride in there, let it sit, etch for 15-20 minutes, and see what happens. Just put the towel over it, let the towel soak in the etch. That'll be pretty nice. Gonna plug, they're not even a sponsor, but I just tried this for the first time. It's pretty damn good, so reach out and go grab it. All right, just got to use some baking soda to get there's a little bit of rust on there. Just gonna use a toothbrush to scrub it out. It should come out nicely. Keep it less rusty. One thing I didn't show before this is I just squirted it down with acetone to avoid the rust, but should be good. Pretty much got it all there. I'm probably going to go through there with some sandpaper, but I'm ready to do some 800 grit. See how it turns out. Let's do it. All right, I got this thing all polished up. It's looking really good. It's so funny though. I mean, it looks super nice everywhere, but there's a couple of inherent flaws, which is fine. A little bit frustrating, but there's like a little tiny divot there. And then I don't know if it's me or not, like on the serrated edge too, you can see it, but I mean, that's probably just me like being picky, but that little divot came out with the grinding, probably part of the original, or I hid it somewhere. But otherwise, it looks awesome. Gonna try to clean out the file sections a little bit, and then we're gonna make the guard and the handle, and this thing's done.